Hey, it's Brian Kay, the unconventional advisor and the co-creator of the Advisor Accelerator. And today I want to talk to you about how do you know if your marketing is actually working? And as simple as that question sounds, I'm always blown away by how many people, specifically financial advisors, do not seem to have any criteria or understanding for how much money to spend to acquire new clients. How do I even measure whether or not what I'm doing is effective? If I'm spending money on workshops, on webinars, on buying leads, on any marketing strategy whatsoever, what do I do to determine if the spend is a good spend, if I'm losing money, if I'm making money? And I want to start out with a quick metaphor. And the metaphor is this: if you were managing money and you had four, let's just use it, make it simple, four stocks in a basket, and one of the stocks was down 50%. One of the stocks is up 5% for the year. Another one of them is up 20%, and another one of them is up 15%. And you wanted to rebalance or whatever, and you weren't and you had a client who had extremely low tolerance for any risk whatsoever. Now, we can have a whole argument back and forth about strategy, but if you were just going to make based on what makes sense, where am I making my money? What am I going to spend more on? What am I going to spend less on? What are we going to cut? Well, most people would cut the loser, right? I'm going to cut the stock I'm down at 50%, and I'm going to I'm going to buy more of the ones that I'm making money with, especially if I can buy them at a rate that I could still make money, where there's room for growth, right? So despite the fact that one's making 5%, one's at 20%, one's at 15%, I'm comfortable with any stock that is growing and making money for me, right? I don't care that one's making a little bit less money and one's making a lot more money. I care that I am making a return on my investments. Now let's apply that to marketing. There's really three pieces of math, and only three pieces of math, that you should concern yourself with when judging whether or not your marketing is working and whether or not you want to spend more on it. Number one, what is my cost per appointment? Number two, what is my cost per sale? And then number three, equally important, what is my return on investment or return on ad spend? However you want to refer to that. A lot of people refer to it as ROAS, right? So let's break this down real simple. If you are running an event, let's say it's either a live event or a virtual event, and all in it's $2,500, just to make it simple. And you have a whole bunch of people RSVP for this event, you have a certain number of people show up for this event, you do the entire thing for 30, 60, 90 minutes, and at the end of it, 10 people book appointments. That's $2,500 divided by 10 appointments. That's $250 per appointment. That's number one most important metric. We're going to go to the second most important metric is, so you know your cost per appointment is $250. Now, let's just say that 7 out of 10 of them actually hold their appointment. Your cost per held went up a little bit, but we're going to keep it simple. Out of the 7 people that you held an actual either in-person or virtual appointment with, you were able to sell 2 people on either a product or a service. So now we're at the cost per sale, which is $2,500 divided by 2. $1,250 cost per sale. That's your marketing acquisition cost. I'm not including a sales commission if you pay a salesperson to make the sale or anything else. I'm simply talking about the marketing acquisition cost to bring on a new client. So that's $1,250. Now let's go to the third and most important. What is my return on investment, my return on ad spend? So if those 2 sales are worth $5,000 each, $10,000 total initially, we're not even talking about other lifetime value, renewals, additional products and services, just an immediate revenue. You spent $2,500, you made $10,000 of immediate revenue, right? What's the return on investment? That is a 400% return. As far as I'm concerned, anything better than break even when you're talking about bringing on new clients is a huge win in the marketing world. A lot of advisors don't seem to understand this. Nobody seems to explain this. But I can tell you that in pretty much any business, if you can bring on a new customer for a break even or a little better than break even, and then you're able to either make a second sale, a recurring revenue stream, generate a renewal, or referral, or sell additional products and services, whatever, and you're making all profit because you've already spent the money to acquire, that's sunken, right? But now everything beyond that is all profit to your bottom line, then that is totally awesome. So let's talk for a minute for what we do with our members. So we teach our members how to target late stage families of college bound students. So people who have freshmen, sophomore, junior, and seniors in high school that are planning on going to college. The reason we do this is because it has pre-existing built-in urgency. The people have to make a decision. There's a sense of a bleeding neck or a gun to the head that, oh my gosh, I can't put this off, right? So what we teach our advisors to do is, before COVID, we would teach them to go out and do live local workshops on how to pay for college without ruining your retirement. They would pack a room full of parents of college-bound freshmen through seniors in high school who desperately want to know the answer to, how do I send my child to college? How do I pay for it? And how do I do it without derailing my retirement? Post-COVID, we worked out how to help these people do this virtually. So let's just use some round numbers. I just spoke to a bunch of our advisors yesterday. So one of them told me that they spent $1,500. They got 219 RSVPs, 64 attendees, 23 booked appointments, 20 kept appointments. So let's just start with like my first metric. What's the cost per appointment? Well, in the case of this person, and for a college funding workshop, they were able to generate $75 per appointment. Pretty solid, right? Now, the next thing is, how many sales did she end up making? Well, immediately, she was able to make 2 fee-based sales because she offers a college funding and college planning service before doing any additional planning, life insurance, annuities, assets under management, etc. In this particular person's case, she charges $3,500 per family, and then she also charges an additional fee of $500 per year per child to submit the financial aid forms, etc. But let's just stick with the $3,500. So she collected 2 fee-based cases out of the initial appointments of 20, and she got $3,500 a piece. That's $7,000 total. So her total spend on the marketing, $1,500. Total cost per appointment, because she got 20 of them, $75 per appointment. She hasn't finished seeing everybody. Let's say she's seen 10 of them so far, but she's generated 2 sales. Even if she doesn't generate any more sales, her cost per sale was $750. Another very important one. And then the final one, what was her return on investment? Well, she spent $1,500, and so far, within 1 week of seeing these people and generating 2 fee-based clients, she's collected $7,000. On my math, that's 4.6 times ad spend, return on ad spend, immediately. What's really going to happen is she's also going to end up probably working with quite a few of these people with their life insurance, with annuities, with assets under management. She's probably going to work with them for the next 4 to 6 to 8 years. She's probably going to get referred to their friends, etc., etc. And by the way, she's going to see the rest of the people she hasn't seen yet, which is going to generate another couple of fee-based sales and renewals and product sales, etc. So in this case, instead of just making 4.6, she's probably making closer to a 10 times return on investment. So what's the next thought? How do I spend more than $1,500? Because if I'm making a 4 to 10 times return on investment, my next question is, how do I do more of it? Not how do I keep doing it, not how do I keep improving on these numbers, which are amazing. And yeah, we can talk about optimization all day. How do I get more people showing up? How do I convert more of them? How do I charge a higher fee? How do I get more of them converting into insurance, annuities, and assets? All of those are valid. But the first question you should ask is, if I want to scale my company, How do I do more of this? Can I spend $3,000? Can I spend $10,000? And keep these metrics, because these are awesome metrics, right? If you had a portfolio generating 400 to 10,000% return on investment, you would be, killing it in the investment world. And the same thing goes for here, as long as you're looking at it properly. I want to give you one more example. I had another college funding advisor, $3,300 spent on 2 events, 57 appointments generated from these events at a cost of $57 per appointment, which is awesome. 15 sales made so far, fee-based sales immediately, for $2,300 a piece, for a total collected of $34,500. So let's quickly go through it. The cost per sale. Well, if it was $3,300 was spent and there was 15 sales, it's a $220 cost per sale, $57 cost per appointment, and the return on ad spend so far, just on fees alone, he spent $3,300, he's made $34,500. Over a 10 times return on investment within 1 week, or within a week to 2 week period of running 2 events. By the way, virtual events. Unbelievable, right? He has not yet done life insurance, has not yet done annuities, has not done any assets under management, has not generated renewals, has not generated referrals, all of which happens downstream from this. He'll probably at least double that number, so generate somewhere in the range of a 20 times return on investment. What's the next question he should ask? How can I spend more? How, instead of $3,300, can I do $6,600? Can I do $10,000? Can I put $20,000 into these methods and basically hold these statistics? Because a 4 to 10 times return on investment is unbelievable. So just to summarize, number one, it's not the cost per event. It's not the cost per 10 leads or 20 leads. It's your cost per appointment, your cost per sale, and your return on ad spend, return on investment. Those 3 metrics should inform all other decisions. And if you can spend money and make break even or all the way up to 10 times on that money, keep doing more of it. So that's it for today. Again, I'm Brian Kay, the Unconventional Advisor, co-creator of the Advisor Accelerator. If you'd like more information, you can join us for my masterclass, where I go into detail on how to add 2 to 3 new virtual clients per week who have an immediate need or urgency to get your help right now, that are generally worth $3,000 to $10,000 a piece, by helping them plan for and send their children to college without ruining their retirement. You can check out more and sign up for that masterclass at www.starvingmarketspecialist.com. Again, www.starvingmarketspecialist.com. If there's a like button, please give me a like if you like the information. If you can share it and you enjoyed this information, please share it with any advisors who you think would get benefit from this. And I promise, if you guys are enjoying this and give me positive feedback, I'm going to keep sharing more and more wisdom and tips from my 25 years of working with thousands of advisors. It was a pleasure. Brian Kay signing off.